and then aeration. These are the objectives, okay? Okay, the first objective is to remove unneeded gases such as carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and also ammonia. You see, just by aerating water, or basically adding air into the water without any hanky-panky treatment, okay, just by blowing air into the water, you can remove carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is very it's not very, but when you have carbon dioxide in water, you will be producing carbonic acid, so water will become acidic, and that's why you have to remove that carbon dioxide. Or hydrogen sulfide also you can remove. This one will give bad odor into the water, and also ammonia. Okay, so these three gases can easily be removed, okay, by adding air into the water. And the second objective is to remove, or not, sorry, to increase the DO. Okay, so once you increase the DO inside the water, DO is dissolved oxygen, so you will feel the freshness of the water. And by adding oxygen, you should be able to oxidize iron 2 into iron 3 and manganese 2 into manganese 4. Remember, iron 2 and manganese 2, they are soluble materials, soluble ions. Okay, so you can't see them. But once you give oxygen, these guys will be oxidized. When they get oxidized to iron 3 and also manganese 4, they are no longer in soluble form. They will be in the solid form. Okay, you can see them. So because of that, so they will be suddenly will appear, and in the next process they will be removed. Okay, because of they no longer in the soluble form, but they are in a solid form. This is the iron 3, and this is the manganese. And the last part is to remove VOC. Can anyone tell me what is VOC?
Volatile organic compound.
Yes, volatile organic compound. Okay, that is correct. And you can remove benzene and toluene and xylene. Okay, these are all aromatic compounds. In case that you want to know how do they look like, okay, I probably can share you a little bit of it, the shape of it. Okay, this is benzene. Okay, this is benzene. And this is toluene. And for those who are chemical engineers, they know this thing already. Okay, this is toluene. And the last one is called as xylene or something. Okay. Okay. Benzene, toluene, and xylene. These are all carcinogenic. Okay. It smells nice. It's aromatic, and that's why it smells, well, kind of nice actually, but it's quite dangerous to yourself. But the sounds of the name, okay, the benzene, toluene, and xylene seems to be nice. Probably you can think of giving your children's name, in the future, okay, as using by this chemical name. Okay, these are the type of aeration equipment. You have cascade aerator, multiple platform, venturi, and draft tube aerators. Okay, cascade aerators look like this, like cascade. So the raw water from the river, because you have this kind of stairs or steps. Okay, so once the raw water goes down, so it will splashes, and the air inside it will get mixed with the water, and eventually this treated water, a lot of oxygen inside it. So this is what we call as cascade aerator. And then for the multiple platform, you see you have multiple platform like that. The water coming from inside the piping, so it goes up and it splashes. So the air from here will get mixed with the water, and that means the water in this tank has a lot of oxygen, a lot of air. Okay, so this is a huge size of multiple platform aerator. Venturi aerator is like this. Okay, so you have pipe, and suddenly they make the piping to be very narrow. So you imagining like the water traveling at a huge the size of pipe is very big here. So suddenly you make it narrow. It's just like driving in a highway. Okay, 4 lanes and suddenly becoming 2 lanes. You can imagine how chaotic it can be. You can see a lot of cars overtaking each other, so it becoming so uncontrolled traffic. So that's also the case that will happen with water, okay, from a slow laminar flow perhaps, and once it reaches at this point, okay, you can imagine that the water becoming turbulence, and at that turbulent situation, and we pump air, so the air will mix with water very very well. So we will be producing water with oxygens, or we call it as an aerated water. So this is what we call as the eventually aerator. And the last part is the draft tube aerator. So it looks like this. The raw water come from down, then the air is pumped. So the water inside here will get mixed with air, and then it will goes out as a aerated water. So whatever um, solids being formed like I3 and is 4, they are all will be settled inside this tank and it goes out as a sludge. So those are 4 types of aerators.